Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Marvel Tales, wrapping up our Tigra and Hellcat month.
Meow May.
Meow May, that's right. I have Phil joining me, as always, the Hell Owl himself.
Justin the Owl getting the old claws back out to talk about Patsy Walker.
Yes, the 5-issue Hellcat series from last year, the most current thing we've ever covered yet.
That's true. That's true. It's the most recent thing on Marvel Tales as of yet.
Oh, yeah. The old men are finally embracing these newfangled comics.
I have the trade paperback of this, which I purchased earlier this year. Hellcat.
Oh, nice.
Devil on My Shoulder, it's called.
Oh, nice.
And I have a brief complaint because I'm going to open this up here. Now, as we know, a lot of these issues have variant covers. And in the back of these trade paperbacks, often, they reproduce the covers. Well, they did reproduce them a little bit. Whoops.
Oh, what? Just like they don't even give them a full page?
Yeah. They tried to cram 3 on one page. So
I don't get variant covers.
Yeah, they did it a couple of times. And I thought, those covers are so gorgeous. I want to see those on full pages. You guys could have put an extra 4 pages in this trade paperback to put those full page covers on there. Come on now.
Yeah, some of those ones for an issue 3 looked really nice. Yeah. I got the floppies as they were coming out last year, and kids, these are on Marvel Unlimited. So
yes. Yeah, because there's a bit of a delay, isn't there, when they come out digitally before they show up on Marvel Unlimited. It's like, what, 6 months or something?
I don't know if it's even that long anymore, but yeah.
It might be less than that, yeah. But they're there now.
Yes, so.
Yeah.
So yes, kids, we always try to point out when they're on Marvel Unlimited. So Marvel Unlimited should pay us. Anyway,
yeah, sponsorship money. Come on.
Yeah, come on. I mean, we love the game, but hey, Marvel Unlimited.
We need the money, gimme.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, should we get to these? Because we got 5 issues, and Justin has a standing appointment.
I'm going to be standing, but
hey, well, hopefully something's standing. I'm hoping my wife gets some of that tonight too. All right, let's get to this.
It's rutting season.
Spring is in the air.
That's right.
Some of us embrace our fellow humans, unlike someone's building their own artificial intelligence. Oh,
Women pay good money for that in Florida.
All right. All right, Hellcat. This is only volume 2. Volume 2, number 1.
2.
Yeah. I guess volume 1 will be that miniseries from what was that, like the late 90s?
Well, there's one before this. Where she was in. I think she was in Alaska in that one.
Okay.
And I forget who wrote that. I think it was 5 or 6 issues.
So it's so.
And they're not counting the 3-issue miniseries that was the Steve Englehart and Norm Breyfogle one either. And that one was, I think, 2001.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was like. Yeah. Yeah, when they need to get to a legacy number, they'll count miniseries, they'll count whatever, but other times they don't count it.
Right. I guess it depends. Like, maybe if it's 3 issues, they don't count that as enough to warrant a volume number. I don't know.
All right, so yeah, Hellcat Volume 2, number 1 from May 2023. I could say that a lot here.
It seems so strange.
I know. The title, She's Not There. Writer Christopher Cantwell, penciler Alex Linz, penciler and inker Alex Linz, colors KJ Diaz, letterer Ariana Mayer, and editor Martin Biro. All right. So yeah, no synopsis, but here's the solicit that they put up for this. Leaping from the pages of Christopher Cantwell's Iron Man run, yes, because she had been appearing in Cantwell's Iron Man.
Yeah.
Hellcat is back! Exclamation point. Patsy is back on the West Coast, living in a demon house haunted by the ghost of her mother. When someone close to Patsy's inner circle is murdered, Hellcat becomes the prime suspect. Now, Patsy must prove her innocence and evade both the police and the supernatural sleepwalkers. To add to the peril she faces, her demonic ex, Daimon Hellstrom, shows up, and that's never a good thing. A supernatural superhero murder mystery. Man, that's longer than some of the synopses we usually.
That's true. Lately, especially, we've been getting 4-word synopses.
I was waiting for the synopsis. Patsy dates a guy, he dies, and she talks to her dead mother.
Yeah. Sleepwalker also appears.
And there's a flashback.
Yeah.
All right. I like the cover on this. Like
Great cover.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy they chose that for the trade paperback cover. Yeah, that's good.
I mean, this one we kind of get, kind of flashbacks, like I say, first, like when Patsy's 6 and her dad leaves, and
yeah, and I liked that we kind of opened up with a flashback in the very beginning, and that kind of sets us off. And then there's this murder mystery with this guy that Patsy's kind of been dating for a little bit, who all of a sudden turns up dead, and it looks like he has been warped to death by sleepwalkers.
But Patsy doesn't even remember. She's like, did I do this? Did someone else do this? What's on?
Yeah, she's got kind of a black space where her memory should be. There's this just a blank space in her memory. Yep. So it's kind of like a little mystery right off the bat, which I liked. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, because they kind of show. Then they show she met that guy like a month ago at her friend, her childhood friend Hetty's party. Yeah. And the cops are interrogating her, and then we get another flashback to when she was 16.
I like that too, how the artwork shifts just a little bit when the flashbacks are taking place.
Yeah.
It's just a little subtle bit, but you can tell that it's a different time period. I really like that.
Yeah, and then they have her go home. She talks to the ghost mom, and Hetty's there, and they kind of get into it.
The part with the ghost mom is kind of weird.
I know.
I didn't know about that beforehand. I thought, when did this happen? When did her mom die and become a ghost that's hanging around and giving her grief?
I mean, I kind of like the supernatural stuff, but I'm also like, I don't know. I was kind of like jonesing for like a street level Hellcat story.
Yeah, like maybe not so much with the supernatural side to it. Yeah.
Like, I mean, you could have had like supernatural elements, like fight, like, I don't know, like vampires, or even like demons are possessing like criminals, or something.
Yeah, some demon that escaped from hell and was possessing people.
Or as in this case, Daimon Hellstrom,
right,
in a stuffed rabbit.
Yeah, Velveteen Rabbit.
Yes,
yeah, I love that. That was another thing I wasn't expecting. Nor was I expecting to see the return of Sleepwalker in the pages of Hellcat.
Oh, yeah.
That was another big draw for me. As soon as I found out that he was in this, that added another incentive for me to pick this up.
Yeah, because I knew kind of like some of the Sleepwalker 90s series, but did he appear after that somewhere? Like, was he appearing?
Very sporadically.
Yeah.
But here and there. And recently, in the last few years, he's shown up with a little bit more frequency. There were a lot of people that were thinking he was going to show up in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness,
Oh yeah.
and then there was a Marvel Legends figure of him made, which I'm proud to say I have. I think you can almost see it in the background. He's on top of Panther.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Sleepwalker's made kind of a little bit of a comeback, I guess, in the last year or so. Yeah.
I mean, doesn't that make you angry when some of your favorite characters don't get into live at like? Again, we're not. We haven't seen live action Sleepwalker. We haven't seen live action Quasar, but we're getting
Quasar, yeah.
But we're getting Cassandra Nova.
Cassandra Nova, I know.
We're getting
I
live
know.
action evil Stewie Griffin.
Yeah.
That's Justin's joke, kids.
It is. Yes, to me, Cassandra Nova is Stewie Griffin. It's a little irritating sometimes, when characters like that get their big screen debut and the forgotten heroes like Sleepwalker don't get any love. But I'm confident that someday we'll see them in some form or fashion. Maybe even in an animated, like Sleepwalker would be great in an episode of What If, the animated show.
Yes. That's
Just
the other.
popping up
That's
randomly.
what annoys me because they can pretty much do anything they want in animation. But I mean, again, I guess since people are familiar, like the general audience is familiar with that, but the What If series only like sticks to the MCU
Established stuff, yeah. But they could just have him pop up in a cameo and some weird thing in the mindscape happens or whatever, and that's an excuse for him to appear.
Or
It'd
it's
be a
like
great way to introduce him.
Yeah, or show some characters from the comics and be like, "Oh, you don't know this character? Yeah, go pick up some comics, dumbass."
Right. Go read about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They could do that with Quasar too. Quasar would lend himself really well to an animated episode.
Exactly.
Yeah. Have the Watcher talk to the Protector of the Universe. That'd be great.
And then they got this scene where Patsy's like, "Oh, Tony wouldn't be too happy with this." Basically just pills and booze to kill the physical pain.
Yeah. Yeah, she had just gotten out of a relationship with Tony Stark. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's checking the crime scene, and yes, she does find that what do you call it? Yeah,
the Imaginator.
Yeah, and then she goes to visit Rick Sheridan. Yeah.
And the Imaginator thing was a deep cut too, because that appeared in the very first issue of Sleepwalker from 1990. And then he lost it for a couple of years, 2 or 3 years, and it finally showed up again towards the end of the series. And to my knowledge, it wasn't really ever discussed in any great detail beyond that. So for Christopher Cantwell to bring that little artifact out was really a deep cut, and I was really impressed with that.
I do like that. I do like that when writers will go back and use stuff other writers have used, especially if it was like many years pre.
And little obscure details like that. I love that. I love that.
But yeah, Patsy goes to visit Rick, and he's basically and Sleepwalker been suspended, and they're like, he's like, there's an investigation. The Sleepwalkers think him and Sleepwalker killed Spalding Grantham. Why would they think that, Rick? They think I killed him out of jealousy. Jealousy? And he goes, I'm in love with you.
Yep. There's the cliffhanger ending, folks, sort of. Although there's a little bit here at the end with the flashback with her dad.
Yes.
I'm worried about you, Patricia. Patricia, it feels like the devil has his hand on your shoulder.
Hello, Noel.
Hey, Noel.
Is that Hot Kitty?
Hotter than hell.
No, my. Whoa! Whoa! Jeez. You sing them songs with that dirty mouth? Rock boy. So yeah, I mean, I like this issue. It was a good. I thought it was a good start.
I did too. Yeah, the artwork at first, it took me a little bit to get used to it, just because it's not a
Yeah.
style that I'm really well versed with. And I get it that it's the more contemporary style now.
Yeah,
I
I
understand
mean,
that.
for the most part, I like it, but there are some panels, like even in the present day, where I think she does look kind of young, and I'm just like,
Hmm.
almost like she still is the teenage girl. Like,
Yeah. And sometimes the way that he draws her costume, like, I don't know how to describe it, but it almost looks kind of dirty. Like, it looks like it's,
yeah, is it supposed
I
to be
don't
like that
know.
though? Because I mean, she is kind of like beat up and stuff. So is that
Well, I
something,
guess,
you know?
yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, she's coming back from something, but there's just certain panels where it just doesn't look like it fits her well.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it, but
No, I
it's
get it.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe we're just used to the '90s art of, oh, it's painted on.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's what it is. This looks less than like spandex, like the picture in the background here that you have the
Mhm.
George Perez illustration. It looks less like spandex and more like painted leather or something.
Yeah. Yeah,
Fabric.
no. At some point in the '70s, Patsy actually looked like a grown woman. Yeah, when she first
Yeah.
became Hellcat in the Avengers, and
Yeah.
pretty much,
And
until to the '90s, then she committed
right.
suicide, and I mean, yeah, she looked like a grown woman, and for the most part, she's looked like a grown. But yes, some
Yeah.
of these in this 2023 series, yeah, sometimes she looks like a teenager, and not in the
Yeah.
flashbacks in the present day.
Or like a very young 20s, like
Yeah,
2021. Yeah.
some of the panels, I don't even think she even looks that old.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the art's a little inconsistent in places, but it's not bad. It's not
Yeah.
bad. Yeah, it's just different than what I'm
Are you
used to.
familiar with this artist, or is he like a newcomer? Because I wasn't
No,
familiar with him.
yeah,
So.
no, this was my
Huh.
first introduction. Yeah.
Maybe this might even been like his first some of his first art here.
Oh, maybe. That's possible. Yeah.
All right, ready to jump to the second one?
Yes, the know-it-all.
All
I love that title.
right, Hellcat Volume 2, Number 2, June 2023. Yes, the Know It All. I think we got the same team here. All right, again, no synopsis, but a solicit. Hellcat has been accused of murdering her new love, but as she seeks to clear her name, the mystery only deepens with the Sleepwalker on the scene. As her investigation continues, Patsy uncovers even more bizarre layers to the crime and a far greater evil that she could have ever imagined lurking in the shadows.
A Velveteen Rabbit.
Her ex-husband.
Yeah.
And you think you have a problem with your in-laws?
Yeah. This is truly an X from hell.
Oh, nice. Oh, yes, no, yes. Several young men in Florida have suffered that fate. Murdered with superior force. Yes.
At least he went out with a smile on his face.
Hey, bravo. That's how I'd like to go.
Superior force.
I'm sure it would traumatize my wife, but yeah, I trying to formulate a stiff joke, but I can't. It's not coming to me. All right. All right. Issue 2.
I really enjoyed the
recently flashback.
yeah, I enjoyed some of the flashback stuff, and I really liked the conversation between Rick Sheridan and Sleepwalker. I thought that was cool because in the Sleepwalker series, they kind of had to write notes back and forth to each other and like record little messages to each other and things like that. So to see them actually communicating in real time was cool after all these years.
Yeah, I mean, usually a lot of those relationships kind of evolve over time because, like, even like Joe Fixit and Bruce Banner at first, they couldn't communicate, and then they were just like
True.
back and forth, just
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that was cool.
But yeah, Rick. I mean, I don't know. Did we mention? Yeah, Rick's like in this hospital. So
And yeah, in an asylum, basically. Yeah. Yeah. And he feels guilt because he's not sure about what happened. Yeah.
And Patsy, I had to go home and change my bandages because now my nose was gushing again.
Oh God. Yeah. Yeah, she really got beat up. Yikes. Yeah.
Then the
Has
ghost
another conversation with Ghost Mom.
Yep.
And then has a midnight rooftop conversation with Velveteen Rabbit Daimon Hellstrom.
Yes. After a 16-year-old, her flashback when she was 16 years old, and I guess she was basically writing term papers for people.
Oh, yes. Yeah, there was a guy that she was helping out, one of her classmates and co-workers at this fast food place. Needed
Chet,
her help at school. Chet, yeah.
But I guess he gets caught cheating, but then Patsy's like, oh, to tell, they say it was me. But yeah, that is funny with her talking to Hellstrom, in the Velveteen Rabbit.
I love that. Yeah. Just in the middle of the night on top of a rooftop, they're having this conversation.
But yeah, it's basically she's like, wants to know if he's behind anything, and But I love when
he's vague about it.
Oh yeah, but I love when he goes, "What do you really know about Spaulding?" And she goes, "Well, I know he didn't convince me to kill myself."
Good point. She does have a point there. You can't argue with that. Those are established facts.
I would have been like, "Well, you're the one that was all superficial. You took a look at my true face, and you're just like,
yeah, I'd rather die." Yeah.
Boy, I'd rather die than be married to you. Who's this? Is that Patsy Walker or Lauren Boebert's husband? You're welcome, Noel.
That's perfect. Well done, Phil. I love that.
No, the guy's name was Chet.
Chet, yeah. Yeah. Yes, that is true.
Like, see, that's like a decent panel, like a splash.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good artwork. Yeah. And the colors were good too. I really liked the use of color in this issue. With the night scenes were all really well done.
And her suit really pops. Yeah.
Definitely.
Then Sleepwalker's looking for answers here.
Yeah. Doing his own reconnaissance. Just as Patsy is doing herself. And then we get another flashback to Patsy and Grantham.
Yeah, basically on a boat. They're going to sail to the point or whatever. And I want to take you out to the cove sometime. Point Bonita.
Point Bonita.
And then in the present, Patsy goes to see Hetty, and she like doesn't want to answer her any questions. She's like, "I'm calling the police."
Yeah, these two have a fairly antagonistic relationship still after all these years.
Yeah. And yeah, because I guess she dated him first, and Patsy wants to know what was out at the cove, and she seems freaked out about it. Can't break into my house just like a bleeping house cat until So they kind of start arguing and fighting. Then the cops show up and open fire.
And open fire.
Shoot Patsy. Yep.
Yeah. And just as that happens, Sleepwalker goes to Point Bonita.
Yeah, to the lighthouse. And
who
does he find?
Blackheart. Yeah. I wasn't expecting that either. That was a nice little surprise. Blackheart, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the son of Mephisto.
Nothing will ever be as good as Mephisto's mushroom.
Yeah, another good issue. Yeah, I thought the art was better in this one actually than the first issue.
Mm,
To be honest
yeah.
with you, I liked it a little bit better.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so we're raising the stakes here. Blackheart has showed up.
Blackheart. Yeah, and Patsy's just been shot.
Mhm.
Yeah, things aren't looking good.
By the cops. Wait. No, did JR have something to do with this comic? No.
No.
No. This is from last year. Yeah, no JR.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't do any variants, did he? But yeah, I don't think.
I don't think he did any covers. No.
Yeah.
I feel like he has drawn her recently though in something else.
Bu- bu- bu-
Was it some Avengers thing? Did she pop up in there briefly?
I
Maybe.
don't know. I know he's been drawing Spider-Man off and on. I don't think she showed up there. Did she?
Well,
Yep.
she has been a supporting member of She-Hulk's
Yeah, I was
cast.
gonna say, but that's not JR on art.
Right, but She-Hulk showed up in that gang war thing. And that had some of his art in it, didn't it?
Oh, mate, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I know he was doing stuff for Gang War, but because he's on Amazing Spider-Man. But I can't remember if Patsy was there or not. He's the only one using Blackheart. No, unfortunately, no. He was like the first one to draw
The
Blackheart.
first one, yeah.
Yeah,
I have his first appearance too in that
me
Daredevil
too.
issue.
I did.
Yeah,
I know.
good stuff. It
Yeah.
was Ann Nesenti, right?
Yep, Daredevil 270. Yep.
Yeah, so good. Love it.
Guest starring Spider-Man.
That's right.
All right, so should we get to number 3?
Yes.
All right. All right, so Hellcat, Volume 2, Number 3 from July 2023. Wait. Wait, we just did that one, right? The know-it-all? Wait.
Yeah, that was number 2.
Okay.
What Do You See is number 3.
Okay. Well, then they got it wrong. They put the know-it-all again.
Oh, whoops.
I
They have the same solicit.
No. After being accused of murdering her new boyfriend, Spalding Grantham, Hellcat has been on the run from the police. Now grievously wounded, can Patsy survive long enough to clear her name? And Rick Sheridan, aka Sleepwalker, continues his own investigation into Spalding's dark dealings, leading him right to the demon Blackheart. Things are about to go from bad to hellish for our heroes. Literally. Ugh.
Yeah.
All right.
Lots of flashbacks in this one.
Oh, I really like this cover. This is a
Yeah.
this cover too. Yeah.
Great cover.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm,
That one could have been the cover too to the trade paperback. It's good.
mhm. Then they open with a flashback of her at 12 when her dad comes back.
Yes, after he'd been gone for like what, 6 years or something.
Something like that. Yep.
Yeah.
Then we flash the present. Yeah, Patsy looks pretty much dead on the floor.
And I'm surprised that that suit was not bulletproof.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when we read the cat earlier this month, like wasn't that one of the things? It was bulletproof. The arm.
I thought it was something.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of strange.
Yeah, I think after all these years it would be, but
yeah. But she kind of shakes it off anyway.
I know it seems like she's in hell, and she's like, I'm in hell again. Great.
Yeah. She shakes it off.
Yeah, because Hellstrom tells her, you just have to choose to leave. You did it once before, referencing the 2000s Thunderbolts annual.
Yes.
I remember that. Yeah, because Hawkeye and the others go back into hell to like try. He hears, Mockingbird's in hell. Meanwhile, it's just the Skrull. So yeah, they go to rescue her, and they think they grab her, but when they get back, they realize, nope, it's Patsy Walker.
It's Patsy. Yeah, I love that story. There was a great. Speaking of Patsy, around that time period, right after she came back, there was I think it was in an annual. It was an Avengers annual that Norm Brayfogle did the artwork on. and it was Patsy and Salem 7
Oh, I'm trying to
and a
remember.
bunch of Avengers got called in to help her.
Yes, yes, I did read that.
Do you
Yes,
remember that one? Yeah, we should cover that one next year if we do some more Hellcat. That
yes,
was a
please. Yeah,
terrific story.
I don't remember a lot of the details, but yes. Now that is ringing a bell. I can see the cover in my head right now. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
But so I don't know if she was hallucinating or she actually returned from hell. But yes, Patsy wakes up because everyone's like, "What? What the hell?" So she like knocks out the cops, and Hetty's like, "Get out of here! I'm not going anywhere with you." And then we flash back to Spalding and taking pictures of Patsy.
Yeah, another flashback.
Making all kinds of references to what's underneath, and
Yes, what is that thing lurking under the canvas?
Yes. Or that bathrobe she's wearing.
Yeah.
So yeah, then we kind of get a fight with the Sleepwalker and Blackheart.
Blackheart, a little brief battle.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to see more of a fight between the two of them.
Yes. Then Patsy shows up, and Blackheart seems scared of Patsy.
Yeah. Yeah. Very intimidated.
Because Patsy's thinking to herself, "What's different about me now?" Or she's like, "Or have I always been this way?"
Right. That's good stuff.
Yeah, then we get the flashback. 16-year-old Patsy telling Hetty that she's going to tell the school about, it was her cheating, writing all the term papers and stuff. So.
Yeah, so that way she can try to spare some of the blame from Chet. Yeah.
Yep. And then back in the present, Blackheart showing Sleepwalker and Patsy. Graham had a exile gate.
Yes.
Anyone sent through it will never return to this world or mine, Blackheart says so. But yeah, Patsy's like kind of freaking out, and then back to the flashback, and she's telling the principal all about the papers and stuff. But then the principal calls her mother, and the mother's kind of like, "Well, Patsy." She's like, "Oh, she's just doing it to save this Chet boy," and I think her record and my wildly famous books about her speak for themselves. And,
I love that. My wildly famous books about her. I love that.
and she's like, her character and my significant donations. She has to, repeat it like she's Trump. And
yeah.
So it's like, I'm gonna cut off the money.
Well, it's a threat that works.
Yep. And then back to the present, and Patsy and Rick are talking about Spalding's camera showing something weird with that.
Yeah, they're in the dark room going over some photos. Yeah.
Must be somehow calibrated to pick up qualities of the supernatural spectrum. It is truly something sinister. But yeah, because Patsy says she hasn't been able to like probe minds and stuff, especially Spalding's and stuff. So
yeah. Yeah, it does have telepathic talents, which were taught to her by Moondragon.
And of course, for anyone who doesn't know, Rick asked her what drove her insane to make her kill herself the first time, and of course, Hellstrom's true form,
the true face. Yeah.
It's so weird because I was looking was that issue 14? I think it said where Patsy committed the suicide.
I think so.
Okay, because I was looking at Marvel.
Hellstorm, the Prince of Lies.
Yeah, because I was looking at Marvel Unlimited. I think on Marvel Unlimited it only goes to 13.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Like really, like the most famous thing that series is known for.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, if you want, it's like I know, suicide is a serious thing. Put a warning at the beginning of the issue,
Yeah.
like, this deals with, topics like, like suicide and mental
Yeah,
health
like
and stuff.
they probably did for Craven's Last Hunt. I think they put a little disclaimer on that. They could do the same thing. Yeah. Just, silly.
Mm. But then she tells Rick, "Oh, I found the Imaginator in Spaulding's house." She's like, "Tell me, what aren't you telling me, Rick? Or more importantly, what isn't Sleepwalker telling you?"
Mm.
Then we get a quick flashback, and yes, Chet's still going down for this scandal, the cheating
Yeah.
scandal. No matter Patsy admitted to it, she still can't take the blame for it.
Yeah.
And then Rick's talking to Sleepwalker, and
Yeah, I really liked this. Lots of different layers to this story.
oh yeah. And then Sleepwalker mentions something in it when they emphasize it with the picture that Spaulding took of Patsy, where it looks like there's something supernatural hanging on.
Yes. Yep.
And then she's back up talking to the Velvet X.
Velveteen X.
Yes. Yeah, because she's complaining about him and was he had something to do with her down in hell again? He's like, I have no power there. I haven't for some time. Mephisto and his son control the realm.
There's been a shift in the hierarchy of power. Yeah.
Yep. And she says, "Oh, Blackheart's running scared," and he says, "From you, not me."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, what? You still see me as your ace in the hole?" And he's like, "I have no power over you either. I have no power at all." But something killed Spaulding before it was done, like meeting the gate. Perhaps it was a cuddly bunny.
Yeah.
Then we get the flashback where, yes, we see Patsy's dad. He's come back and he says, "I've turned to God now. I've given up my life to him. I'm a minister of his word. I'm living a life of peace and fellowship. I'm happy now. I thought you could join me, be born again into his light." And, we get that old nasty old devil off your shoulder once and for all. What do you say? And she just laughs in his face.
Good stuff.
Yes, and then we get the recently flashback. We see Spaulding working on that gate, and then he's talking to someone. And who is it? That damn Velveteen Rabbit.
Yep.
I can show you how truly deep the darkness goes. All right, so. All right, anything else on issue 3?
No.
All right, so should we go to 4?
Yes.
All right, Hellcat, Volume 2, Number 4, August 2023. Soulmates. Same team. Hellcat has reached a breaking point as she is haunted by secrets from her past and hounded by the law. Sleepwalker and her ex, Daimon Hellstrom, in the present. With the dark forces conspiring against her and the truth of Spaulding Grantham's murder finally about to be exposed, Patsy will undergo a dramatic transformation. Prepare yourself for the return of demonic Hellcat.
Yes. Yeah. It's good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man, that cover.
Yeah. Love it. This is a dark side of Patsy.
It's so funny when they named her Hellcat back in the 70s. They literally have to tie her to hell.
Yeah. Yeah, they weren't intending to do that in the beginning, but it just kind of worked out that way.
So it's not an ironic nickname.
Yeah, right.
But again, we see the recent past where Spaulding's talking to the rabbit, and but he's saying, Spaulding's telling him, "I want you to show me the full and total truth." And the rabbit's going, "Are you sure?" When I showed Patsy, when she saw my true form, she went all to pieces.
Mhm.
We get the whole Spaulding. My parents died when I was a child, when they were at the wharf, and then everything, and then all of a sudden they just get killed in an accident.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I got love so powerful to suddenly be nothing. I need to know what's beyond this fragile, transient life." And the rabbit's like, "Very well then."
Ask and you shall receive.
But he's like, a sleepwalker watching you dream, and his imaginator is hidden in your house. Bring me the eye, and we will use it to power to open this door, and then I will show you all that lies beyond this realm.
Another big mistake.
I'm sure we could take Hellstrom at his word. Sure.
Yeah. What could possibly go wrong?
Yes. And then back in the past, Patsy's telling Chad, "I tried taking responsibility, and no one's believing me." And he's all mad at her and takes off. And then Rick and Sleepwalker talking, and Sleepwalker's like, "Yeah, we need to see what the Imaginator witnessed while playing it in the house."
Because they can kind of replay it back almost through that thing. Yeah.
Yeah. First we see like Patsy making love to Spaulding. Rick's like, "There's a fast
forward button. I love that.
And then he's like, "Oh, what's he saying to her?" And Sleepwalker says, "It's an incantation. He is casting a spell."
Casting a spell. Yeah.
And then back in the past, Chet's all drowning his sorrows in beer, and this group of kids shows up, start making fun of him. He breaks a bottle and just like
kills one of them, slashes his throat with it. Yeah.
You killed
him. That escalated quickly.
Whoa. Yeah.
Well, that escalated.
Just a tad. Just a tad.
Back in the present, Patsy's talking to Hetty again. They kind of on better terms, I guess.
A little bit. They've always been kind of rocky, though, those two. Yeah.
Then Sleepwalker shows up.
And puts her into a bit of a dream state. Yeah.
Yeah. I love she's like, "Because how does this work? You put me in some kind of trance or anything?" She goes sleep, and she just like falls onto the couch.
Thump. Yeah. It's that easy.
So he's just trying to basically guide her through this dream, and then she sees the night of Spaulding's murder. Blackheart's there. He's telling Spaulding he betrayed him. You work for Hellstrom, and for that you'll pay. And Patsy tried to defend him, and you see her eyes all light up, demony.
Yeah. So good.
And then Spaulding's all freaked out. He's like, I can see. He's like, "I didn't want you to know the truth, but now I see the truth." And she's like, "Who? About who? Blackheart? Daimon?" And he goes, "No, about you." And then Doctor Strange calls.
Yes.
Hetty's like, I love Hetty. Is Patsy there? Oh, she's taking a nap. And then he's like, "No, I'm just calling her back with those photos." Yeah, and he's like, "Yeah, the exile gate." And she's like, "The exile gate." He's like, "That's the thing. It's not an exile gate. Similar foundation structure, but a few key differences. This could actually be a true form door." What? When someone steps through it, they emerge on the other side, their true self. Familiar shapeshifters, any entity or being otherwise transmogrified would, revert. Whereas the ancient language says purified and made whole. Huh. I wonder why the rabbit wanted this portal. Yes.
Yeah. Imagine.
Next thing crashing in through the wall.
Daimon, he's back.
Yep.
And he's got that trident and everything.
What do you think about the art on this Daimon Hellstrom here?
It's kind of like a merging of different styles, like the '90s one and the classic one, but
Yeah,
I don't,
and
I don't
again, I
really,
mean, I guess it's the
yeah,
art style, but it's like his face looks young, but he looks chunky.
yeah, and the pointed ears and the long hair, like he looks kind of elven almost. I
I
don't
mean,
really,
I'll buy that.
yeah,
I mean, if it's like, oh, that's his true form, but yeah, I mean,
I guess, but I don't really like it.
I know, yeah. Mm. So yeah, then in the past, I guess we see Chet gets in a car accident and
Mm,
guess dies.
yep. Oops.
Mm. So then, Hellstrom's telling her, "You think you can wake up in hell and just leave? What did you bring back with you, Patsy? What perhaps has always been there? What's inside you?" Blah, blah, blah. Once I stepped to the door, I had Spaulding replaced the Sleepwalker's imaginator eye in the floor of his home, where it had been hidden. Nothing amiss. When it needs power again until it's ready for you. But then Blackheart's rage at Spaulding's
Mm,
betrayal. The imaginator was lost to me when you took it. My door powerless till I could locate it again. Blah 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 blah. Blah. Wait till I could restore you to your true form, Patsy Walker. That of my demonic soulmate.
demonic soulmate, the bride of Hellstorm.
Looking like Tiger on a really bad day.
Yeah, definitely.
That would have been interesting if she would have. Well, I mean, I guess we don't need two tigers, but
She'd gone kind of feral. Yeah,
I'm surprised no one's ever tried that, where it's like even
I
just for
know.
an
Yeah,
issue where like no, the two of them like swap bodies or something,
yeah, and she becomes wolf-like. Yeah, cat people.
and they kind of see themselves through each other's eyes. Yeah,
Yeah, that would be cool. Maybe they'll do that one day.
hopefully.
Yeah.
All right, should we get to the last one?
Yes.
Getting late here. All right, I like the cover to this one. This is another
Yeah, that's
really good
good.
cover.
Yeah.
Hellcat Volume 2, number 5, September 2023, the season finale. Same team. Patsy's been transformed into demonic Hellcat with with her very humanity at stake. She can overcome the powers of darkness that have been unleashed. Can she overcome the powers of darkness that have been unleashed? All is revealed as both the past and the present collide in a final battle that will determine the rest of Hellcat's future, if she has one.
Yes. That's a big if, folks.
What if? All right. So yeah, then we kind of get a little collage of flashbacks.
Collage. Yeah.
Like
I
her.
like too that we get a brief glimpse of her blue costume,
Yes.
which was in that aforementioned 3-issue miniseries from 2000. I really liked that costume, and I wish that it had stuck around longer. I thought it would be great, but
We see her Marion Hellstrom there with the
Hellstrom,
Defenders standing there.
Defenders, yeah. Time
Her
with Hawkeye.
her seeing his true face and
Yeah.
killing herself and going to hell. I love my mother says I was a good girl, but I married the son of Satan.
Oops.
Yeah, and then Hawkeye bringing her back, and I was dragged back to hell again. Then I died again. I came back once more. Oh yeah, and then they kind of do the homage to that Avengers cover we covered a couple episodes back. Yeah.
Yes. I love that.
And then we see the dad saying, "Patricia, it feels like the devil has his hand on your shoulder." And she wants to know, oh, is she this way because she's gone to hell and back so many times, or was it always there? Because no, she seems happy to see Hellstrom and not happy to see Sleepwalker. So
yeah,
because they're both kind of attacking Sleepwalker, but then Rick wakes up, and they attack Blackheart.
Join forces. Yeah.
I do love the quick synopsis of his origin. You're just a manufactured little beast, a bunch of random evil sewn together by Daddy to serve at his whim.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
But
I love
then,
it. Yeah, I love some of the dialogue here.
yeah, Rick shows up and Patsy's like ready to take him down, but he's like, "See my thoughts." He's like, "You can read minds again. Read my thoughts," and then. So yeah, she sees the whole thing. Once Hellstrom was whole, they planted the Imaginator, the whole Blackheart thing, and Spawning was freaking out when he saw what Patsy was doing. She had their hell self so freaked him out. He used the Imaginator on himself.
Yeah, he basically did the same thing that she did. Yeah.
It
overloaded as it destroyed a human life,
warping himself into oblivion.
Yeah.
It overloaded as it destroyed a human life. This plus the masking spell spawning a cast on your mind blasted your memory into shreds. So yeah, she's freaking out. She's like, "Oh, he killed himself because what she did before." And Hellstrom's like, "He couldn't handle your grace, your beauty, your power." She's like, "I am wretched."
Wretched.
Yeah, then the Sleepwalkers kind of show up, and
yeah, I love that part.
Yeah, kind of give her another door, and she walks through it and
turns back to herself, her real self, not the demonic self.
We get the flashback to her at Chet's grave site. And Hetty even told her she's a good person. She's like, I don't know. And then they show her at the psychiatric hospital. Rick's there, Tony Stark and Jen Walters are there.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
So they're basically like, oh yeah, we'll be here watching over her, and then Hetty banishes Ghost Mom. Did you forget about her?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Very nice. Wrap up that little detail.
But then the end of the issue is basically, Patsy suiting up and leaping out into the night.
Taking off into the night. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of see what you mean. I mean, I like that last page, but yeah, the costume.
Yeah.
The costume looks very thick.
It looks like fabric instead of spandex or something.
Heavy fabric.
Yeah. It's weird. Yeah.
That's why it should have been Kevlar.
Exactly. Yeah. It looks like it's padded enough to stop a bullet. Yeah.
I mean, that at least would explain the look. Yeah. And again, I like that. I like the art, but yeah, doesn't her face look young there too? Even
it does. Yeah. There's some inconsistency with the facial stuff. Yeah.
But I mean,
unfortunately, I need to go.
Okay.
So I will let you. I'll let you wrap up.
I will wrap
all
up
of our plugs.
I will do your plugs just like Tyler and I did on Krypton Report last night. Electric Bola last night. He goes, "Let's do it." I mistrust him. Let's do his plugs. I was like, "All right. You go get him. Go get him, kid. I'll see you tomorrow."
Thanks. We'll see you later.
See ya. Bye. All right, everyone. So yes, we wrapped up just in time. Justin had that time schedule. I don't know what he's up to, but we will catch him next episode. All right. So yes, as I was about to say, overall, I think there's more good than not good in this series. So if you are a fan of Patsy Walker Hellcat, I would pick this up. Like Justin was saying, if you're a fan of Sleepwalker, I'd pick this up. And I was gonna say, I guess if you're a fan of Hellstrom, pick this up. But it's like, is he sometimes early on they kind of painted him as a somewhat hero, or at least anti-hero, but now is he just pure evil? Well, I guess if you love reading about Daimon Hellstrom, pick it up. All right. All right, but yes, that wraps up our Hellcat and Tigra month. So yes, thank you for joining us. Before we get to the plugs, I will let everyone know what we're doing next month. So if you want to send feedback, please do. We accept written feedback, and if you want to send like audio, if you want the world to hear your words in your own voice, you can either email us an audio file or call the voicemail, which I'll tell you how to do that in a minute. All right, so in June we will cover nice little no theme really, so we're a little all over the place. But next week we will cover part one of a kind of a two-part special here. If you don't know about it, if you people don't know about the time bubble from the late 80s, early 90s, you're about to learn it in the next 2 weeks. Because yes, next week we're going to cover Avengers 294 through 297. That's when yes, I'm wrapping up. Justin had to go and get some penicillin. But yes, Russell, yes, we just did cover the Hellcat series from last year that had Sleepwalker in it. Yes. Yes, but next week we're covering Avengers 294 through 297. It's the whole thing with Dr. Druid betraying the Avengers. That whole story. And again, we get it's not Nebula. It's kind of like a Nebula imposter. Yeah, kind of seducing Dr. Druid. And we'll get the first part of the time bubble saga, which if you don't know what that means, stay tuned. And then in 2 weeks, we'll get the second half of that time bubble stuff from Fantastic Four 337 through 341. I believe that's Walt Simonson. So yeah, some good stuff there. Thor and Iron Man join the Avengers on a little cosmic journey there. And then week 3 of June, we will cover Silver Surfer 15 through 18 from that's the original, not the original, but the 80 series with special guests Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman. And then we will wrap up June with the first 4 issues of the 1990s Guardians of the Galaxy series. Yes, the one set in the 30th century. So please send us your thoughts on all of those. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics episodes, social media, merchandise. Again, pick up some brand new Capes and Lunatics merchandise with brand new logos. We have like 3 new logos. You can get them on t-shirts, phone cases, cups, a lot more hats. So yeah, please check out our store. Again, we have a random Cash App link. So yes, please help us out. Like we're a young girl working her way through school and just ran the money on us like we're dancing on that pole. Please do our Cash App link.
She looks like she was just working a stripper pole down at Divas.
See, guys, seems like Justin's still here.
Make it rain.
And of course, the Patreon. And again, if you think our shows here are crazy, again, Uncensored Lilith Hellfire. Again, she's foregoing many things this year in preparation for a marathon at the end of the year. So she's completely sober. She's celibate. So you get Uncensored Angry Lilith Hellfire on the Patreon. So yes, that's the only reason you need to subscribe. And again, we do something different every month. So please subscribe. Keep her happy. You don't want her. She's like the Hulk. You don't want her mad at you. So
It's so salty.
Sorry, I was looking for a drop here. I know a drop of Lil saying shut up.
Go ahead, throw it in.
If I could find it, I would. All right. So so find everything all in one place. That's tubespace.ao/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.ao/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. I know it's a long link. It's down there in the show notes, whether this is the YouTube channel or the podcast, it's down there in the show notes. It's in every show we do. So All right. And I said I would do the plugs for this Mr. Justin the Owl. You can catch him here, of course, every week on Marvel Tales. You can catch him once a month now with me on X-Men Classics, where we talk something different, the X universe. You can catch him also here once a month on Energon Universe, where you can catch me, him, and a certain hillbilly we know. Sorry, Russell. Talking all the new Transformers and G.I. Joe content coming out of the Energon Universe over at Image Comics. I can also catch him, Justin, at least once a month on We Are the Night, the Batman podcast, Ray's favorite show. And of course, you can also catch him. Unbelievably, he does shows without me. You can also catch him on Gamma Charge, the strongest Marvel podcast there is. Yes, I am afraid of Lilith, so I say it like that. Where you can catch Justin and Russell twice a month talking the Hulk and the She-Hulk. So check that out. Very good show. Russell, are you still there? Are you guys still doing Gone, the Form of Man, the Etrigan podcast? I'm not sure. But I do know Justin is still doing Predator and Prey, the Uchuk podcast with the High Priest of Sausage himself, Ray. So another good show. Check that out.
Sausage.
And of course, Justin the Owl's solo podcast, The Lost Library of Legends, where he focuses on like overlooked some overlooked stories or forgotten stories from the past. So I'm not clear on his schedule where he's at. The Black Wolf episodes are possibly out. I know he was doing something else from the 90s. So please check it out. Always a good time, whether he's with someone or by himself. The king of podcasting, Justin the Owl. So yeah, please check all that out.
We're going back to the 90s here, bitch.
Because he's your friend. He's my friend. He's all our friends.
It's me, your old pal, the Owl.
That's right. All right. So get those double biscuits.
Double biscuits for me.
All right. Again, thank you for joining us. Like I said, Justin will be here next time. We cover Avengers 294 through 297, part 1 of our 2-part time bubble saga special. We got lots of good stuff coming through this summer, kids. Got some Cap stuff, Captain America, Atlantis Attacks. We're going to cover all of Atlantis Attacks, kids. Strap in for that. Stay tuned for Christmas or holiday time, December. All right, come back next time. Remember, watch that demonic kitty.